A person who thinks all the time has nothing to think about except thoughts. So, he loses touch with reality and lives in a world of illusions.
Hi, we have a slight problem. So, while unbolting everything yesterday, while bolting the new parts up to the KZ, we ran into a small issue. As I spoke in the last video, the triple tree mount does not quite fit. You can see it's a little wobbly, so it's not really in there, it's just mocked up at the moment. That's just for temporary use so I can move it around the shop. However, our main issue we're dealing with today is we have a stuck exhaust bolt. The bolt was about that long when I started, and I tried putting WD-40 on it, tried applying heat to it, and no joy. So we have welding equipment now in the Parsons production studio. Our plan today is to weld a nut to the stuck bolt, twist it out. Now a lot of people say, hey Tony, why don't you just use an easy out or some sort of drill and tap? Well, I did that and it snapped off inside. It probably was my fault. I didn't drill a deep enough hole and I was a little limited on tools at the time. I was back at the old studio. However, we have welding equipment, so we're gonna take full advantage of it. Let's get into it. So I've got this little nut right here. I'm just gonna fill it full of weld on top of the stud, and hopefully I should be able to crank that thing out. We'll see how it goes. I'm gonna remove these first just so they're not in the way though. Oh yeah, I finally got it. After, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, and on the 5th nut, I finally got it. I think the problem was I wasn't getting good contact with the bolt, so I took my wire brush and I brushed it off real good. And then on this one, I actually kind of welded the nut itself, like the outer edge of the nut, to the bolt instead of like the bolt on the nut. And that finally, I think, got it. Let's keep twisting and see what happens here. Oh, baby, it's coming. Heck yes. This is exciting. This is really exciting. Let's go. Goodbye, silly exhaust stud. I have been fighting this exhaust stud ever since I got the bike. Like, this has been on my list forever. I've had this bike, let's see, almost a year now. Like in May, and it's March right now. In May, it'll be a year since I've had this bike. And that is an exhaust stud officially removed. Take that, stupid bolt. Well, that wraps up episode 2 of the KZ restoration, or the modernization. So I hope you enjoyed my exhaust stud removal, and I will catch you guys in the next installment of the KZ restoration. Till then, peace.